new hair alert. So I got these dreads. I'm gonna show you the bottom because it's ombre and it goes into blonde. Okay, like bleach blonde, but you can't really see it from how I have my camera. So yeah. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, hello. My name is Jerica. Jerica. And thank you. Okay, first of all, I just want to give my appreciation to the audience. Because without you guys, I would look like a lunatic. Like low key, high key. It was a pretty close race. It was between Kim of Queens and Dance Moms Miami, and you guys voted for Dance Moms Miami, so that is what I'm going to be covering because I give the people what they want. So, Dance Moms Miami is such a vivid memory for me. I can only imagine what it is for you guys. So, Dance Moms Miami, which aired on Lifetime from April 3rd, 2012 to May 29th, 2012. The show was produced by Jeff Collins. Ugh. You guys already know what I feel about Jeff Collins. You guys already know, okay? It was produced by Jeff Collins, Brian Stinson, and several other under the banner of Collins Avenue Productions. The show was a spinoff of the original Dance Moms and focused on the Stars Dance Studio in Miami, which was run by Victor Smalley, or Smalley, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, okay? And Angel Armaz. I think I'm saying that right.
Down in Miami, the beach don't stop, and everybody's taking a shot. Down in Miami, they dance so hard, and they're giving everything that they got. Down in Miami.
Now, to better understand the show, I think we have to dive deep into the coaches because the coaches is what made the show. I do remember getting a bit of an ick. By this point, Dance Moms was doing numbers, baby. Numbers. It was gaining viewership, a whole fan base. I can only imagine the pressure that Victor and Angel had coming up behind someone such as Abby Lee Miller. Abby had quite a reputation, right? She was the tough coach. She was the one that said everyone is replaceable. And that, in a way, attracted more people because of her yelling and her antics and stuff like that. So I feel like with the spinoff, the coaches kind of felt like they have to be somewhat equivalent to that. And there were some moments that it was kind of like, I can see you're trying to be hard with the kids. I can see. I kind of get the feeling that you're not really like that. I kind of get the feeling that you don't really want to yell at them. And rightfully so. I don't think children should be yelled at 24/7. And I do think that Angel and Victor saw that each student learned differently. Victor and Angel definitely took a softer approach to some students, and some other students, they took a much more harsher approach. And you could see the contrast. So before Dance Moms Miami, Victor and Angel had notable credentials in the dance community. Victor actually competed in the show So You Think You Can Dance. I don't know if any of you watched that. And he was a top 12 finalist in that show. So he gained a bit of recognition from that. And Angel, I don't think he had any prior television experience. So he was more so a Victor's partner in business. I'm not sure if they were partners in actual life. If they talked about that during the show, I missed it. It was completely flew by me. So they both opened the Stars Dance Studio in 2007. It was said that the studio quickly built its reputation by winning competitions, especially in contemporary dance. That was their specialty. And the Stars Dance Studio did have a good reputation before they were put on television. So they had a name, they had a reputation before Dance Moms even picked them up to be on a show. Now, I personally think the producers thought with this dance group, what made them different was that they had a boy on the team, which rightfully so is what made them different. And they all have their own individual stories, right? Like Lucas, he was very cute, very charismatic. His mom, Bridget, was very messy. Kimmy was my favorite. Okay, I did have a favorite. Okay, Kimmy was my favorite. She was the cutest, most respectful, she was my favorite. I loved her. And I loved her mom too because her mother was not problematic at all. If you guys don't remember Jesse and Susan, Susan is the definition. Like, you know how people talk about those parents who live vicariously through their children. Susan is they should take Susan's picture. Okay, they should take Susan's picture, cut it out, stamp it in the dictionary, because that is what that woman did 1,000% with Jesse. Okay, Jesse, I swear, I think it was like in episode 3, because in the last episode, Jesse had done like something stupid. Like she had yanked the trophy because they won group first overall, and she had yanked the trophy away from one of the other kids, like a brat. And basically, Victor and Angel didn't like that, and they placed her 4th, either 3rd or 4th on the list is what they called it. They didn't call it a pyramid. They called it a list. You guys, this woman had a full mental breakdown. She was crying her eyes out. And I'm just like, bro, I get it. If it's your dream to be a professional dancer and this show is putting you in the spotlight and you're wanting to show that you are that girl. But girl, she would always guilt trip her daughter. And I really felt bad for Jessie. I really did. And another girl I liked on the show was Hannah. Hannah, she was a bit on the thicker side, which we didn't really see on Dance Moms other than Abby herself. But... And another story, oh shoot. Okay, I did not mean to do that. Y'all didn't see that. You didn't see nothing. I think one of the strong suits that Dance Moms Miami definitely had and that I definitely enjoyed was the fact that they had different representations, different genders, different sizes, different shapes, different ages. Although I enjoyed it, I don't think it really piqued the interest of different people to keep viewership at a level where they would be renewed for a second season. The first episode of Dance Moms had significantly higher viewership compared to the first episode of Dance Moms Miami. The premiere of Dance Moms aired on July 13th of 2011, which attracted around 1 million viewers, right? In contrast, Dance Moms Miami, which premiered on April 3rd of 2012, garnered only 820,000 viewers, which is a 200,000 different. While the original Dance Moms continued to build its viewership from 1 million up, Dance Moms Miami initially struggled to build viewership. And it was also said that it had a less favorable reception as well. It was said that the cast stories and their dynamics didn't really attract people to it because I feel like at this point, Dance Moms was on and going, right? Like it was building a fan base. And people were so attached to Brooke, Paige, Chloe, Nia, all of them, that they were kind of finding it hard to attach themselves to a new group of children. I feel like the way they should have approached the spinoff was maybe have one of the kids feature on Dance Moms, the original, right? Have them be on there for maybe a full season if we're pushing it, or a few episodes, have the audience become familiar with that dancer, and then present the spinoff where that reoccurring cast member is now a full-time cast member. I feel like if they did it that way, reception would have been more favorable, right? And Lucas actually did make a comeback in Dance Moms, but he was dancing for the Candy Apples. So Bridget was on her P's and Q's, honey, because she was like, my son is going to be on TV. I'm trying to stay on TV. Let me get my son. I'll just say she was very adamant on staying on reality TV. And I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100. The dances. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not trying to be mean. They're children at the end of the day. But so were the other girls. They were also children, and I was more captivated by their dances, their choreography, than I was with the Miami group. I'm sorry. I didn't really think they were good. I don't really... It was also said that there were tensions on set between the producers and the cast members, which I 1000% believe, because Jeff Collins, the freaking monster. If Jeff Collins has anything to do with anything, it's drama. It's toxicity. Okay, we discussed this in my last video. If you haven't checked it out, Dance Moms, the reunion, cash grab, yeah, go check out that video. I definitely think that he probably put an immense amount of pressure on the children, on the mothers, on the coaches to be this hard-hitting show, which I remember the last episode, they had welcomed a new girl, right? And there was a physical fight. At this point, Dance Moms, there was no physicality. The Kelly and Abby thing didn't even happen yet. And at this point, we've never seen like a brawl on TV. But Bridget and this other chick, they got into it. And I swear after that, everything just went black. And now looking back at it, all the woman did was yank the woman's hand out of her face. And people are looking like, oh my gosh, she just clocked her in the head. Like, no. You don't do that. You don't put your finger in people's faces. Like, that's a trigger for some people. So now looking back at this, it's absolutely ridiculous that they portrayed it as this intense moment. That's why I thought that moment was probably the reason the show ended, because we don't want to promote physical violence. But then you have the Abby and Kelly situation that we basically see Kelly hitting Abby upside the head. And the show went on to have more seasons and gain more popularity than it ever had. So I'm just like, you just didn't want to renew the show. Let's just say that. You just didn't want to renew the show, and you just want to cut it. Okay? The best way I can put this entire video, the show is canceled because y'all didn't like it. Your heifers didn't like it, so they canceled it. Because I'm pretty sure if they had like over 1 million viewers, the show would have gotten renewed for a new season. So people just were not interested. They were more like, okay, when is Dance Moms gonna come back? Like the original Dance Moms. Like, what is this trash? But yeah, that's the video on why Dance Moms Miami was canceled. That is it, my friends. That is all I have for you today. Expect a Kim of Queens video to follow after this one. And then I'll put up another poll and we'll do this all again. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.